trying to evacuate right now.
The creek fire closing in on holiday visitors and mountain residents. Tonight, thousands forced to leave their homes, unsure of what they will return to. Here's where the creek fire is burning. It spans over 2 counties, Fresno and Madera. It's nearly doubled in size just today, now burning more than 73,000 acres with no containment. Evacuation orders are in effect for Shaver Lake, Big Creek, Huntington Lake, and many other communities. We have team coverage tonight. Meteorologist Justin Sacher is tracking the weather conditions and where the fire could be heading next. But first, our Dennis Valera is live at the Incident Command Center at Sierra High School in Toll House. And Dennis, we're learning that homes have been destroyed.
Yes, Kirsten, I talked with a man who lost his home of more than 30 years. He lived in Big Creek, which is not far from where the fire started. Now, crews continue to try to get a handle on this, but the terrain and weather continue to pose challenges.
Terrifying video after video flooding social media, showing the hellish conditions people braved to escape the creek fire. One of those people is Bill HATZMAN Sr. He's lived in Big Creek since 1972. There's a lot of memories there.
Yeah, I got married there.
He got the call at 3:30 a.m. Saturday. Evacuate. He called his son and daughter a half hour later.
I hang up and get with 20 other people to stay and fight.
For hours, Bill's family did not hear from him.
There's no phone contact. There's no way to reach him. We're all just petrified, thinking, God, get out now.
Eventually, he and his dog got to his son, also named Bill, in Visalia, finding out his home is gone. He made it out with very little.
Shorts and few clothing.
And medication, thankfully.
The mountainous terrain continues to be a big obstacle. Fresno County Supervisor Nathan Magsig said in his briefing with fire crews, he learned wind has played a factor as well.
The wind conditions up here are strong with just the huge temperatures on the valley floor. The winds pick up very quickly throughout the day here, and so the fire will move in different directions.
As for what's next for the HATZMAN family, it's a waiting game as their insurance company is backlogged, a sign of how devastating this fire season has been.
They've had to set the expectation that we would hear from them in the next 3 days. So we're anxious to find out, what to do next.
Unknowns right now. And Dennis, does it seem like most people are following the evacuation orders and leaving, or what are you seeing?
Yes, definitely, Kirsten. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office and the Madera County Sheriff's Office have been reporting that a lot of people have been following both the evacuation warnings and the mandatory evacuation orders when given to them. Of course, there have been people that have been choosing to stay behind and stay in their homes, which, as long as they are an able-bodied person, both sheriff's offices say, hey, you can do that. However, when you do that, be prepared to know the dangerous risk you are putting yourself in. We're live in Incident Command in Toll House tonight. Dennis Valera, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Our team coverage continues now to that massive rescue mission overnight to get more than 200 people out of Mammoth Pool. They became trapped after the creek fire spread, blocking the only exit road, leaving the only option out by air. CBS 47's Angelica Leilani shows us the miracle rescue.
Monstrous flames and orange plumes of smoke billowing from all sides of the Mammoth Pool reservoir.
If we make it out of this, look at Mammoth Pools. We are completely trapped. There's fire on all sides, all around us. All the roads are burnt.
More than 200 people trapped on Saturday after the creek fire burning near Huntington Lake exploded, jumping the Fresno County line into Madera. The raging fire making it hard for crews to gain access to the area.
It essentially blocked off the ingress and egress for a Mammoth Pool Reservoir, which is a very popular recreational area for locals and tourists alike. When that happened, we had no way to get down to that area to get people out, nor any way for them to drive themselves out. So unfortunately, they had to shelter in place while the fire moved through the area.
This photo shows a woman and child covering their faces. Jeremy Remington and his family were on their boat when the flames started to engulf the area.
All up there, all on the ledge. We're trying to evacuate right now.
Remington and many others believing this was the end.
A bunch of us are stranded here.
But the California Air National Guard flying to the rescue with a Chinook out of Stockton and a Black Hawk out of Fresno. The two aircrafts conducting at least 3 lifts from the Mammoth Pool Reservoir along the Fresno-Madera County border. This photo shows just how packed those trips got.
Because of deteriorating weather conditions, they ended up using great and sound judgment by allowing as many people as they could possibly fit on the helicopter on the second turn.
Because of that, so many rescued along with 11 pets. Video shows the aircrafts landing at the Fresno airport, multiple families exiting onto the tarmac, including Remingtons.
Thank you. I think we're all glad to be alive. We actually were not knowing.
We're told all people were triaged at the airport. Ambulances arriving to transport at least 20 to local hospitals. The Madera County Sheriff says many with minor burns and broken bones.
2 of those 20 were so serious they had to be carried out on a stretcher. So it was a very heroic act by that California National Guard.
Angelica Leilani.
Very heroic indeed. Well, at this hour, the Creek Fire has not reached Yosemite National Park. However, there is a fire advisory in effect for the southern portion of the park. Visitors shared these photos with us of the changing conditions. The fire advisory is for all areas south of Chincopin. That includes Wawona. The Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias is now closed. Park officials say all visitors under the fire advisory should get prepared to leave should there be an order, bringing all important items with you if you travel to other areas of the park and are unable to get back to Wawona.